pressure on social media is, today we're logging in, someone has bought a new car.
You have to acknowledge that you also can have some traits that are toxic.
So many people say, because she's single, I don't want to hang out with her now that I'm married. It's very important to know, do your friends, your girlfriends hold feelings longer?
They used to have a lot of protection adverts back in the day. I don't know where they went. People started fearing pregnancy more than they were fearing HIV. Don't want to be like anyone. I feel like just be yourself. If you're with me, and I'm taking content, trust and believe, you will record me, please. You will do the work. Having a friendship doesn't mean you can't fight. From 2020 to now, I've grown so much. I never thought that I would be getting brand deals. If you want better for yourself and you're doing something about it, life genuinely rewards you.
Finished school, you were doing a master's?
Yes.
In what?
In international business management.
Oh my goodness.
And I was doing it online from the University of East London.
Did you guys start as friends?
No.
Yeah.
He sought me out. Just that.
Yes. It was like a first.
He was like, hello.
You are the one for me.
I like you. I expressed to you, Joey, that something has hurt me. It's your responsibility as my friend to be able to internalize that and accept it.
Beauty and brains.
Yes. Clock it.
Welcome to the podcast where we bring you exceptional journeys of women who inspire, uplift, and redefine greatness. Before we get into meeting our guests, our set today is branded by 𝗖cie𝗱𝗲, our first brand partnership of Be That Woman. And they're here to support season 2 conversations. So thank you, 𝗖cie𝗱𝗲, for helping us amplify voices of women who are bold and just using their voice to better other women. And today is about to get spicy. So, you know that moment when your friend starts liking the guy you were crying about last week? Or when suddenly your girl is ghosting you just because she got a man? Or maybe you're the one who caught feelings for someone who you weren't supposed to, and now you're debating if the code still applies. Today we are going there with friendships and unspoken roles. And girl code, bro code, does it matter anymore in 2025? So today's guest is a phenomenal woman, to say the least. I couldn't think of a better guest to handle this conversation. She is a woman who has a very huge circle of friendships and relationships. And honestly, everyone needs a strong, supportive community. She is a brand storyteller, just to say the least. She's worked with very huge brands, starting from 𝗚𝗶𝗿𝗹, Myers, Mizani, My Dawa, you name it. Oh my God, she will tell us about it all. So without further ado, allow me to introduce my guest, the one and only 𝗚𝗶𝗍 Ndegwa.
Amelie.
Welcome to the set, 𝗚𝗶𝗍.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here. I'm so grateful that you invited me to sit here.
Yes.
I can't wait to speak to you today.
I am so excited, and you look lovely. First of all, let's touch with that.
Thank you so much. You two are kind of matching.
Yes, great minds think alike,
exactly.
Right? So you know those people you just meet on Instagram.
Yep.
Then you're like, that one I will want to meet her one day. I think that was it for me.
Yeah.
And I really love your work.
Thank you so much.
What you're doing is amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I really appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're such a strong woman. And I know our guests are about to find out why you're seated with us today.
Yes.
So guys, get cozy, get comfortable, grab your cider, because the conversation is just about to get crispy and refreshing. All right, let's dive into our conversation, 𝗚𝗶𝗍.
Of course.
Yes, so for someone who's wondering, who is 𝗚𝗶𝗍? Introduce yourself.
Oh gosh,
Yes.
I'm 𝗚𝗶𝗍 Ndegwa, and I'm here because I'm a powerful woman, as you said.
You are.
And I'm just a normal guy, man. I'm just a normal girl. I am a corporate girly, aside from being an influencer.
Yes.
Or a brand influencer, I would say. But even on my page as an influencer, I think I'm myself.
Right.
So I think maybe that's what's relatable, is I truly show myself, whether I'm on a border or, enjoying a good time or living some good life. I'm authentically myself. So 𝗚𝗶𝗍 is a friend. She's a daughter. She's a girlfriend.
Oh.
Maybe. Yeah, she's a girlfriend.
Yes.
And she's quite fun.
Yes.
And ambitious. And yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Very strong words.
Yes.
And it's important for women to just speak so positively about themselves, just as you are.
Yeah.
And first question is, how do you have so many friends, first of all? Let's start with that.
I actually don't have very many friends. Oh. There's a difference between friends and acquaintances.
Okay.
So I think it's very easy to confuse the two, especially when you see so many people around a certain individual. Then it becomes, oh, she has so many friends.
Right.
But genuinely, I think I can count my friends on my hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're not that many friends that are close to me, but I genuinely do have a community of people that I hold near and dear. And I don't even know how. I guess I'm just a social person.
Yeah, I think you're a social butterfly, right?
Yes, I'm a very social person.
Yeah.
And so along the way from uni to life, you just end up picking people and they become your family at the end of it all. And I truly believe friends are your chosen family. You actually spend more time with your friends than you do with your family, especially if you live alone or you don't live at home. Your friends are your family. And so, yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah.
Your friends are your chosen family.
They are.
Yes.
They really are.
So, Fini, so many people say that I don't do female friendships, and for many reasons that are understandable. So talk to us about how you handle female friendships.
Girl, it's so funny, this question, because I've actually had very bad luck.
Yeah.
In my past when it comes to female friendships. And at some point, I actually was like, do I really have to? Maybe it's not for me, but it's just about finding your people. I have had bad luck, and I'll speak about it a bit. I'm not the kind of friend who texts you every day or calls you every day. I believe in it being organic, and we love each other. And when we meet each other and we can text after 2, 3 days or 4 days, it remains the same. And I think around me, I've had people who have also been a bit intimidated or challenged by my light. I really just radiate myself without necessarily trying. And my mom even told me, for Fini, you will not be everyone's cup of tea. So some people will hate you and some people will like you. There's no in between when it comes to me. And I had a friendship where I thought this person was my person. But meanwhile, behind the scenes, they were really not for me. And, kind of like, oh, Fini's too loud or she's too much. And I thought they were my person. And so I was like, that really broke my heart. And I generally believe that friendship breakups, especially women to women, they had more than even relationship breakups because you're like, gosh, you were my sister. I loved you like genuinely from the bottom of my heart. But on the bright side, I still do believe in female friendships. I have a few female friends, and one of them is my really good friend, 𝗚𝗶𝗿. She's my best friend. And I met her in life. It's been only 5 years.
Right.
And I can't imagine life without her. And I think female friendships are important, especially when you're a woman. There's things that men will not relate to. And it's okay. Some of my best friends are men too, but there's ways women understand each other and empower each other and relate to each other that men would not probably understand. And I'm an advocate for them. And I feel like what better way to do life with than by a few women by your side.
Exactly.
Who love you for who you are.
Yeah. Sisterhood, yeah. I really like that you mentioned that friendship breakups are way more painful than actual relationship breakups.
Yep.
And you also talked about you have guy friends.
Yes.
So talk to us. Do you have a guy best friend?
Yes, I do. I do have a guy. We've been friends since 2014. And at some period of life, I was not a very good friend to any of my friends. Sometimes you go through that seasonal depression where you really don't know how to show up for people and then you don't know what to say. And so you end up just isolating or drawing back, and people are like, no, I invited her, she didn't come, she's not texted back. And human beings need that love shown back too, and so sometimes they draw back. But I have guy friends, and I've been friends with them for over 10 years.
Right.
And it's very interesting because having guy friends around you really makes you see the perspective of men. So there's nothing that a man can do to you that they wouldn't tell you beforehand. Be like, no, that one, that one, no. Or this is how guys think. When you sit on a table and you hear men's perspective, then it gives you insight. Okay, yeah, cool. And these people are also ride or dies. You know, they come through for you just like any other friend would, and they advise you, even if it comes to relationships. Sometimes, you take what they say with a pinch of salt because, they are men.
Yes.
But they show up just as equally as I would. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's very interesting because you said you are in a relationship.
Yes.
And so what does your guy think about you having male best friends?
So I don't have... Actually, our group consists of males. So I think because he found me with them, he's actually quite a chill guy. I don't know if everybody is like this, but he found me with these friends. And so he's never felt insecure in any way. We hang out. If my friends have a barbecue, my boyfriend will be there and they'll interact in the same way. If I have a thing with my friends, I'll invite my boyfriend. So I can't say he's had an issue with it, considering I even have male best friends. But he found me that way.
Yeah.
And they've been my friends. So I think what's of importance, especially if a partner finds you a certain way, that you remain grounded in who you are and that they don't come and try and change how you behave or the friends that you kept if you've been respectful.
Right.
I choose to believe that your partner will see that and will respect you for that.
Talking about respectful, so have you drawn like boundaries with your friends that, there's no that point of awkwardness that I kind of like Finny?
Jesus, I think we're way past that,
like,
Jesus.
ew.
Yeah, we're way past that. I think those things would happen in primary school, when you have like male friends in primary. But now you've known somebody when they never even went to the gym.
Yeah.
Now they're going to the gym and now you've seen them at their worst. They've seen you at your worst. So I think with boundaries, that's unspoken.
Yeah.
Because you treat people the way you'd want to be treated. So I don't think I would ever cross a boundary with my male friend because I wouldn't want their partner to feel some type of way. And I wouldn't want them to do the same to me. So it's sort of unspoken. It's like when you tango, it's like a very smooth dance. You really don't have to say much.
Exactly.
Because I get you and you get me, So no boundaries to be crossed because there shall never be.
They shall never be.
Yeah.
And speaking on the other side now, just on his perspective. So would you be okay with your man having like a female best friend?
I would.
Okay.
I would, actually.
Yes.
Especially if they've been friends for a long time. I don't mean to say that you should be... Well, I would be okay, honestly. I think my partner has a female friend that they're very close. And because they've been close for over 15 years, who am I to come and now start...
Okay.
I think it boils down to who you are as an individual. And if you're secure in yourself... you really don't have to drop. I would have an issue if it's a new person coming in and then I'm seeing you hanging out with this Mary.
Yes.
And I've never seen Mary before.
Like, it's my new best friend.
Oh, this is my new friend. I'm so sorry. No, but if it's someone that you've been friends with for a long time, I mean, enjoy yourself. I even like to see the relation because I like to be friends with them because they've known you for a long time. And so let's all be friends.
Yes, let's all be friends. I like that perspective. Yeah. So do you think, are you an advocate for someone who is in a relationship and now that Mary comes in, should you go and meet her separately and just have a chat just to set ground rules with them?
No.
Yeah.
The person you need to set ground rules with is your person.
Okay.
Why does Mary need to know what I feel? I need you to know what I feel so you can change it. She's not going to change anything, but I think it's a respect thing. I don't think you would be okay if I came up with John and said, oh, this is my new friend. Oh, we're going out. Oh, without even involving you. And then now you're best friends. No. Sorry.
Yes, please.
Get out.
We're not entertaining, right?
No.
Let's talk about how now female friendships, females just have that unsaid, unspoken competition, something like that. So many friends would like to be like the center of the group. Do you have that in your friendships?
No.
Yes.
Not at all.
Everyone is equal.
Everyone is equal. I had that in a friendship, but I didn't know that this person was jealous but in this circle of friends that I have, we help each other, even when it comes to getting brand deals or when it comes to putting each other on or when it comes to issues and problems. We actually have no animosity, no jealousy. It's just we have none of that. No competition. It's just very healthy, which is why it's so beautiful to see, because everybody knows their strengths. Me, I speak a lot. Maybe someone else doesn't. And if they come across something, even at their office, they'll be like, "Oh, my friend can do this." And we put each other on. We lift each other when we're down, and we have a good time.
Yeah. Of importance.
We have a great time.
Yeah. So, do you put romance first or friendship first?
Hey.
Hey, I mean, remove
my friends will be here. My friends will be here, and they'll be like, I think. What takes more to build?
You're looking for a political answer.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what romance can come and go.
Right.
I'm not silly because I've had a few boyfriends, they've come and gone, but my friends have remained the same.
Right.
And I truly believe in nurturing friendships in the same way you would nurture a relationship. So the same way you choose to have date nights with your partner romantically is the same way you can have date days and date nights with your friends and sit together or even individually,
right?
Just to nurture that friendship. I was guilty of not doing so a while ago. When you're in a honeymoon period of a relationship,
right,
you really put a lot of energy and effort there and you forget your friends because, things are rosy. You guys are doing something every weekend, forgetting to set time aside for your friends. And so you end up missing out on a lot. And they're like, this one,
kamebadilika,
change, kamepata love, and she's now moving. So I believe in nurturing them in the same way because friends also deserve love. Friends also deserve your time. And so it's just about setting the same. So I generally think they're the same. Romantic partners can come and go, and this one of mine is staying.
Yes. Oh, he's not going anywhere.
No. But I believe in nurturing. So there's none above the other.
Yeah, and that's a very important point that you've raised. And I'm just trying to think about it. How do you show up for all your friends, ensuring like in equal measure I'm there for each and every one of them?
Yeah. So I'm blessed to have a group of friends that are a group of friends. So I have a few friends that we are about, I think, 9, and we're in the same circle. And then I have my best friend who I also involve in that circle. And then I have my other friends that I also try and pull. But funny enough, as an adult, you have to schedule calendars. I really believe in calendaring things nowadays because something comes up so quickly and you're like, oh my gosh, I hadn't set time for Joey. And Joey had told me to set time for her, but I forgot to do so. And then now I have to come call you and say, oh, you know what, babe, we can't meet. Then your heart is broken afresh,
Yeah, and then I'm seeing you hanging out with someone.
And then you're seeing me hanging out with the squad, and then you're like, what? That's what she dumped me for.
Yeah.
And it's painful. So I think just setting time aside, like if I meet you today and I'll be like, you know what, 23rd August, it's you and I. But also understanding that things do change. And nothing is set in stone because I do believe we're all adults right now. People have children, people have responsibilities, people have things going on. And so even if we end up not meeting, I wouldn't take it to heart, especially if you've told me like, babe, I can't because I have X, Y, Z and I totally blanked. So I'd be like, you know what, it's okay, babe, let's set another day. And that's how you maintain.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have a friends group thing and you know your friend, your best friend, maybe not who's not really in the group is free. Invite them over. You can always merge these friendships and, let your other friends meet your other friends and see who gets along with who.
Yeah.
It's just, we will make it work.
Make it work for everyone.
Yeah.
And I like how you mentioned about people have different responsibilities. And the more we grow up, the more responsibilities become tougher and tougher.
Adulting is not a joke.
It's not a joke.
Yeah.
So how do you give grace to your friends, understanding this one is a mom, this one goes to work with a 9 to 5?
I think I extend grace because I would want grace. And so if somebody is busy or cannot, I cannot help but understand, because I would also want to receive that grace, even I'm in a position where I can't make it, or I just can't because I can't. And if this one is a mom, maybe I can go over to her house, and chill with her maybe instead. Right. People are getting married now. People are losing loved ones. There's so much happening. So the grace I would deserve and I would want is the same grace I extend. Yeah.
You talked about people are getting married. We're in that age where you're like, we grew up with that person. Finally, what changed? So let's talk about just being friends with married and single. Do you have like married people in your circle?
Yes. Okay. I have married people, people with kids. Yeah.
Yes. So how do you give friendship now, understanding that you're a single, not single, why? In a relationship, please.
But I'm not married.
But you're not married.
Yeah.
Yes. So how do you relate with your married friends?
Imagine, I generally feel like they're always the same at heart. It's just that the priority of, say, if you're married can change. So sometimes when you have a household to run, then maybe we can't meet at 7 because maybe you're cooking, or it's your day to cook. Or if you have kids, I might as well just come to you, and hang out with you, help with the kids and just chill. I think it's just the understanding, again, coming back to grace, that when you are not married or when you don't have kids, your life is a bit more flexible. But when you get married, then you have a home to take care of. You probably have a husband to take care of and a household to run. And when you have kids now, you add more into the equation. You probably, I feel like especially children, when it comes to women, I really, really respect it, because your body has changed. You still have a husband. You have a newborn to breastfeed. And this is somebody whose life depends on you 100%.
Exactly.
And so it's just that understanding that your life, or my friend's life, has changed. And as much as I'm not in the same shoes, I know how it is, because I have a mom and I've seen how she's run the home. I have a dad and I've seen how things probably change, how he's been moving, and I have siblings. So I think it's just that understanding. And even if it's a quick text, and even if I don't get a response right away, I'm thinking of you.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm thinking of you. Yeah.
And I think it's important just to understand that, so many people say, because she's single, I don't want to hang out with her now that I'm married.
Yeah.
I don't know. You've talked about it, just creating boundaries.
And also, if your values aligned, even when you are single, I don't see why they can't align when you're in a marriage or when you have children. If your values align as friends, I'll always understand you. You'll always understand me. So nothing really changes. It's just that I'm understanding you've elevated, or you're in a different place in your life.
Right.
And so I just merge right into where you are. It's the values. If we understand each other and what we believe in, there's nothing that should change.
Yeah, nothing should change. Yeah. And it's important to just be secure also around your friends.
Exactly.
Yeah? Know your friends, know who you bring around you.
Yeah.
So talking about seasonal friendships, we have friendships that last for this season and it's time for you to cut it off.
Yeah.
So have you had that in your friendships?
Of course I have.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the people who you dropped along the way.
Yes.
Of growth. Yeah.
Yes.
And is that in your adulthood?
Yes.
Yes.
And especially in adulthood. Yeah.
And mainly, what was the biggest reason that would be the biggest reason for your fallout with a friend?
I think when our values just don't align. It goes back to that, because, again, friendship breakups are extremely painful. And I can say that because I have had those. I've had a few, 2 actually, that have impacted my life. And the reason for that is things like, jealousy, or we're not aligning on something. If I express to you, Joey, that something has hurt me, it's your responsibility as my friend to be able to internalize that and accept it, regardless of whether you wanted to hurt me or not. So if I'm hurt, your action doesn't, your intention doesn't negate my reaction.
Your feelings,
Exactly. So if I'm hurt, you need to acknowledge why I'm hurt and try and change, because most times I'm not asking you to buy me a car.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you about my feelings. Like, this has really hurt me. And if we've been friends for a long time, it's my belief that you would listen to me.
Yeah.
And you would hear me and hear me out and say, you know what, babe, I understand. I didn't mean to hurt you. So let's figure this out. And so when your heart is dismissed, I feel like sometimes it's a reason for why friendships do dissolve, especially in adulthood. Or going back to the jealousy, if a friend, you find out a very close friend of yours is talking trash behind your back, it would take you aback, but also I would never do this to this person.
Right.
So why have they done this to me? And so very validly, you're allowed to cut them off, right? So it's those things that you wouldn't do to me, I wouldn't do to you.
Exactly.
I would never.
You never.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good answer.
Yeah.
And just speaking about it, how do you hold your friends accountable, especially in adulthood?
You talk.
Yeah, talk.
Just talk.
Yes.
By the way, if
How
I'm
long do you
offended,
take to talk?
talk about it, even the next day.
Okay.
Talk. Even just be like, I can't, babe. Even the next day, talk. And what my best friend has taught me is having a friendship doesn't mean you can't fight. You can disagree, babe. We can fight, we can disagree. But it's how we get out of it. We need to communicate and talk about it and say sorry. Imagine when you speak about things and apologize, it's done. It's gone. And won't happen again.
Yeah.
Simple. So, yeah.
Exactly. Talk about it.
Talk.
Yeah, just don't be in that uncomfortable space for such a long time.
There's a friend of mine in the same group. By the way, if she feels some type of way, you will definitely get a phone call. The next day, Fini, I didn't like that
How
she
you
exercised.
did that.
And by the way, you're just like, hey, anyway, babe, yeah, sorry.
Nilikukosea.
And by the way, shoop, move on.
Right.
And that's it. Just speak about it. Because when you harbor, you know what happens? The next time you see this person, and let's say they do something even minutely small, you remember, kumbe I was upset at this babe, like she did this and this. And so you're just boiling. And meanwhile, you'd have just been living life.
Exactly.
Without any burden on your shoulder. I mean, I don't like stress. Yeah. So we just talk about it and we move. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And now that you're in a mixed gender kind of friendship, it's very important to know, like, do your friends, your girlfriends hold feelings longer than the male friends?
I think so.
Yes.
Well, I think the girls can catch quicker than the guys. The guys, they're very carefree.
Yes.
But the girls, maybe you can say something as a joke. Hey, someone has really picked up and he's like, I didn't like that. Yeah, but I think, it's actually, I really like our friend group. Yeah, very, very chill people. But yeah.
I love how this, you know, men, I don't know, is it maybe just deciding to just let go of it, or it's just that point of, you know what, it's not that big.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't care.
Men really don't care much. Even in relationships, think about it. Like sometimes you can be like, oh gosh, that really upset me. And you'll be, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
Babe. Like, your partner is not upset, but that valet is the one who spoke to both of you badly. You're there, you furad, but him is like, it's fine. Yeah, I think it's just a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And back to your partner.
Yeah.
So who catches more feelings in the relationship?
Not me.
It would never be you.
Not me.
Yeah. So how do you sort out relationships with your partner amicably?
Conflict?
Yes.
I think talk. I think by the way, in friendships, I also have to apply what I'm saying here about friendships to relationships.
Yes, exactly.
But I think also having a partner who's, again, aligned with your values and your beliefs, who also understands you, it really helps to just talk about it. And I believe in sometimes you may not be able to talk about it because things are heated. You can take a breather and decide, you know what, babe? Let's not talk about it now, because if I do, I'll say something that I don't mean. You're allowed to take a pause. You're allowed to take a breather and, you know, come back and talk about it later when everybody's feelings have calmed down and you can be able to, you know, relate on a more level, level head. Yeah.
Yes. And how long have you been in a relationship?
4 years. This is my 5th year, I think.
Wow.
November, yeah.
Yeah. So did you guys start as friends?
No.
Yeah.
He sought me out. Just that.
Yes. It was like a first.
He was like, hello.
You are the one for me.
I like you. Yeah.
How have you just kept it that long? You know, dating in Nairobi for 4 years.
Girl, it's not easy.
Yes.
It's also not easy. Relationships are work. Just like you have to water your friendships, you have to water your relationships, even your relationships with your family. And it takes a lot of work. I also acknowledging, doing a lot of inner work. I feel like this is a very healthy relationship I'm in. And it made me do a lot of inner work where you have to acknowledge that you also can have some traits that are toxic. And you go back and say, okay, where did this come from? And internalizing and figuring out, okay, I'm like this because of this. But if I keep on doing this, then it's driving my partner like this, you know? And so just doing that, I think having that environment of being allowed to fail as a person, being imperfect and just feeling like, you know what, I can be imperfect here because we can converse and we can talk, and it's not easy.
It is not. You find a way of communicating with him. So you know
he finds a way of communicating with me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so he doesn't set me off or whatever, but it takes a lot of inner work and it takes a lot of work together. I really also recommend therapy. Therapy is not just for married couples. It's not just for couples who are going to be engaged. I'm such an advocate of therapy because you have a third party there who can be able to tell you and point out to you what they see.
Yes.
Because in those sessions, they're not heavy. They're heavy, and sometimes you come out there like, you know. But I recommend that.
Yes. So do you and your partner go for therapy?
Yes.
Yes.
Couples therapy.
So actively, is it that there is any issue, or you just?
Well, in a relationship, you figure out, especially when you've been together for a while, you figure out what the major issue is. So you can find maybe it's communication, or you can find maybe it's conflict. Like, how do you fight? You know, maybe that's the issue. Like, when we fight, it's bad. But when we're okay, we're good. Or maybe it's communication. Like, I don't know how to articulate or the freaking list of things that could be the issue.
Be wrong.
Sometimes you need a third party to kind of help you feel heard and help your partner feel heard and give you tools that you can be able to use, especially when you're going through the issues you're going through. And just love also.
Yeah. I love how we are unpacking so many layers to this conversation.
I didn't even know it would get here.
Yes, we are. And thank you to 𝗚𝗶𝗿𝗏 for just enabling bold conversations with women. Remember to subscribe.
Yes.
So, you talked about toxic friendship. How do you know you're the toxic friend?
Me, by the way, toxic friendship, I don't know. You lazima uambiwe tu. You just have to be told, like, hey babe, like, I know
so many times
you're doing bad. You never come, you don't come for things. You're never even here, or blah blah blah. Then you're like, hey, I have to look within. And sometimes you don't know. You just have to be told.
Exactly.
Because you never know how people are feeling until they tell you. I'm such a big advocate of communication. Just tell me. Yes. I won't beat you. I'm not your mom or your dad.
Exactly.
Sitakuchapa. Just come and tell me what's up.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah. And so for you, how do you deal with toxic friends, maybe in your circle? I know you don't have that because imagine you filtered out.
Go on.
But in the past, so how did you handle toxic friends? Especially those that you fell out with along the way?
I tried communicating, you know, how I felt, and that this is leading us in a trajectory that I don't want us to be having.
Okay.
And when you communicate your feelings and nothing changes, then you're allowed to cut off. Because when your conscience is clean and clear, you know you've not done anything wrong, but you've tried your best. You've talked to this person. You've given them ample time to try and change. But when someone doesn't change behavior, then you also don't want to be dragged into that toxicity or into that mess where it's giving you stress and headaches. This is somebody you love. You know what? You just sit down to say, you know what? I honestly have tried and I can't do this anymore for myself. I love you, but it's time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's time. And it's okay.
And it's okay.
It's okay. And that's what we need to realize. It's okay.
I'm very okay with like doing that, especially if it's affecting you. Because I read somewhere that stress actually affects your body physically. And that's why you notice sometimes when you're stressed, you can have a headache.
Yes.
Or your shoulders are tense, your pimples.
Yes.
I mean, I don't like stress.
Yes.
Already we're dealing with so much. We're looking for money.
Exactly.
We're trying to be good friends, good daughters. Now you want to add me stress.
I like good daughters.
Good night. No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So of course, you've been a very successful content creator.
Yes. Thank you.
And of course, you have your friends who are seeing you elevate every single day.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you sometimes intimidate your friends, or you're just in a point of not understanding each other?
No.
Yes. Everyone
Flowers
is secure.
they shall give me.
Yes.
If somebody has a win, they shall give you. If you are low, they shall encourage you. I never ever feel like somebody's intimidated by me. Hence why it's important who you have around you, you know?
Exactly.
I think even if somebody was intimidated by you, like you would know, you would feel it. And I don't have that. I actually don't have that. Yeah.
Right. And it's important.
Yeah.
If you have a friend who's feeling some type of way when they see you win,
Yeah.
why are you with that friend?
But you know what I read somewhere, like jealousy is a normal emotion. I don't know whether it's jealousy or it's a normal emotion. It's what you do about it, right?
Exactly.
So maybe I can be like, oh my gosh, your hair is so lovely. But I can be like,
Exactly.
your hair is so nice. But I can be like, oh, your hair is so nice. Where did you get it? And then you can help me get it. So even me, I can have nice hair.
Exactly.
You know? So if you're feeling envious about me, come and ask me. Like, hey, babe, like, wow, you look so beautiful. What did you do? And I'll be like, this is what I do. This is my skincare. This is my makeup.
Right.
Here is my clothes.
Yeah.
Shika.
You don't get keep?
Never. I don't get keep. I'm just open.
Yes. Yeah, friends should allow each other to glow. I mean, you're looking gorgeous.
Sometimes your friend is looking nice. Even if you're looking nice.
Exactly.
We're looking nice, all of us.
Yeah. And who wants to work with a friend who's not looking nice?
Not me.
Up to par. Not you. I love that. So let's switch gears just a bit.
Yes.
Let's talk about, you talked about you have a 8 to 5.
Yes, I do.
Yes. So that is very interesting because being a content creator, being an influencer, just being a brand storyteller, then
I just finished school.
You just finished school.
My
You were doing your master's?
Yes.
In what?
In international business management.
Oh my goodness.
And I was doing it online.
Oh, I love
From the
it.
University of East London. Plus now all that.
Oh my, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you
know,
so
it's
much.
not easy just going on with your master's. You know, you figure somewhere and then you're like, do I
You even
really
leave it.
this
Yeah.
study?
You even let it go. Yeah, I just finished. I'm waiting to go for my graduation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Beauty and brains.
Yes. Clock it.
Beauty and brains.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you manage your 8 to 5? Just with everything and just ensuring you're still a good friend to your friends?
I think 9 to 5 is great because it's scheduled time, right? So you're working 9 to 5. You already know what you're doing, what your tasks are. And then balancing that with friendships is, I think, you just create time, honestly. Even that small phone call when, let's say you're on your break and you make a call or text even when you're on the clock. You check in. Just say, hey, babe, how are you doing? How is your stomach feeling? Are you okay? And balancing that with content creation also is sometimes you have like these gigs that you have to go for physically. Invite your friends. Tell them, oh, you know what? Let this be the plan. You come through. Yeah, you're having a nice Casamigos thing. Tell your friends, come through. And then you guys enjoy and you're still working.
Exactly.
But your friends are there too. And I feel like balancing there's no handbook to balancing work, side hustles.
Oh, that's true.
Content creation, school. There's no handbook. And sometimes not everyone can do it, to be fair. And I think maybe just understanding yourself and your style. Some people can't do online school because it's tougher to balance, concentrating, etc. I feel like if you learn yourself and understand, okay, what can you do, what can't you do, you'll be able to just make it work, have a dance around it.
Exactly.
And make it work. You can do maybe school and work, but maybe not content creation.
Right.
Or you can do content. But yeah, I think everyone can.
Yes.
Everyone can.
Yeah, it's actually just determination.
Yeah.
And putting your mind into it. Whatever you put your mind into
You can do.
You can do
You
it.
can do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your aha moment where now brands started streaming in. Would you remember what campaign that was that brought you all this visibility?
Actually, I have no clue.
Yeah.
You know, I opened my page in 2020.
Oh.
Just in 2020.
During COVID.
During COVID. During COVID, I was private. I had an Instagram that I used to use and it had many followers, but at the time I hadn't really seen, influencing being a thing. We didn't know that influencing would have been a thing. So I deleted that account. I started afresh to have people I know.
Your
Yeah. I deleted that account. I was like, I just want my friends here. Just for influencing to become a thing. I'm like, wait. That account. I could have done so much with it. Hello, Instagram. Find me my account. Wapi, it had gone. My Twitter had gone.
Oh, no.
And my partner was like, you know what? You have 3,000 followers. Do all these people know you? I'm like, no. He's like, you know what? Open your page. Open. All these people don't know you. Just open it. And I opened it. And I just used to post pictures, by the way, of myself. And I can't really remember my aha moment. But the only advice I can give is the market is not saturated. If you want to do it, just do it. Just do it. I know it may be cringe when you're there just trying to show people your tutorials or your whatever.
Yeah.
And it may be cringe with your 100 likes over there.
And then you're refreshing.
And you're refreshing. No followers.
Like it.
But imagine when it's not cringe and when these brands start noticing you.
People will no longer think that.
No one will think it's cringe. Just do it. There's room for everybody. And I'm actually grateful I did. I opened. And also be authentic. I think people like authenticity on the internet because it's so hard to find.
Exactly.
And just be yourself. Open your page. Create. I can't remember my aha moment, but I thank God. I think even having friends and speaking to people, I think majority of the deals I've gotten is because I speak to people. I ask, oh yeah, I saw you on this campaign. How did you get it? And then they're like, oh yeah, I got it like this. And also people reaching out to me, like brands reach out to me personally, but it's because I started posting.
Exactly.
If you don't post, no one will notice
know you.
No one will realize who you are. You'll just be there saying, no.
Yes.
Yeah, there's room for everyone.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't start posting, we won't come and find you in your home.
Who will find you there and remove you and say, record? No.
Yes, record now. I like that you talked about authenticity.
Yes.
You know? So many people these days just think that I'll just go to AI, ChatGPT, and then I come up with a cute caption, and then I do papale, and then, yeah. So what is detrimental about just using AI so much that you lose
even
yourself?
authenticity is more about being yourself.
Right.
You don't have to fake it.
Yes.
It's not even about the AI. Don't fake it for anybody, by the way. Don't waste your money going to a restaurant if you can't afford it. Don't try and show a lavish life if you can't. Just you in your element and the little things, somebody somewhere. People will appreciate that.
Right.
People will appreciate the little things, you cooking, making your kaugali. There's somebody who'll be like, hey, hata mi natengeneza hivo. Even me, I make mine like that.
Yeah.
Go you. And just that being you and not trying to be somebody else or trying to be someone you've seen on the internet or saying, oh, this is my idol. Oh, I want to be like them. No, just be yourself. Be you. Be you. And nothing bad ever comes out of being you.
Exactly, because you get to tell your story by yourself.
Exactly.
And that's important.
Exactly.
Yeah. I like how you said your partner is the one who also pushed you. He was like,
open it. Just open, babe.
He believed
people, they don't know you. Yeah. And look, from 2020 to now, I've grown so much.
You have.
I have. I never thought that I would, be getting brand deals. I never thought it was a thing
over
for
10
me.
plus.
Imagine.
Yes.
So it's even your partner, let them motivate you, you know.
Exactly.
Hata kama he's not on my videos, he's there behind.
Behind the scenes, pushing. That car is not moving itself.
It's not moving itself. I'm being driven.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, question now. I don't want to ask you how much money you've made with content creation. Or do you want to tell us? I don't know. Okay, Carrie is watching, so...
Zero.
Nil. None.
I make nothing.
So, but for real, does content creation actually pay the way people think it does?
I think it depends, right? It depends on brands.
Okay.
It depends on probably your followers. And let no one lie to you. When you're beginning, for real, these things for exposure will happen.
That's
even
true.
now, when you're a big creator, there's people who still approach you about, we'll offer you XYZ, but we don't have budget at this time. And it's up to you to use your discernment and figure out, what, is this going to serve me long term if I take this without pay or not?
Exactly.
I'm privileged enough not to do content as full time, but there's people who this is their bread and butter. So it depends on how hard you go. There's of course, I don't expect to be paid like Kina Joy Candy I'm sure their rate cards are different because they've been in the game for such a long time. But even you, if you speak to people around your community or around you who have followers like you, people are not selfish, but they'll tell you, I charge X amount for this and that. And even when brands approach you, you approach brands and you tell them your rate card, it's easy to bargain from a point of knowledge. Like, okay, you know what? This is what I want. I'm going to bargain for this. And we see where it goes. Even if they go up and down, you can decline. And content creation does pay.
So reach out to other content creators. Understand how they talk to other brands. And how they make their money. You know? Exactly.
How they charge, what their rates are. Especially if then your same cluster, say, of followers, you guys are similar in a way. Reach out to them. They're not selfish. They'll actually come and tell you, even me, I'm not selfish, guys. I'll tell you. By this is what and XYZ.
Exactly. And I think also for me, just starting this podcast, I started it from a point of not even looking that brands would ever approach me.
And here we are.
Episode, you know.
Here we are.
And sitting with 𝗚𝗶𝗍 as the first big brand partnership.
Babe, this is...
this is huge. And shout out to you, 𝗚𝗶𝗍, for believing in bold brands. So, right. And just tying into that, Finny. So, how do you create your content? Your content is lit. Her content is so good. Its quality is up there, you know? So I also think that is something brands relate with, right?
Yeah. I think my phone. I just use my phone. And sometimes...
You have someone who walks with you.
And sometimes I do have... If you're with me and I'm taking content, trust and believe, you will record me, please. You will do the work. And I will look at it and I'll be like, again, repeat. Let's go back. But just invest in a good quality phone. And a camera, if you can. I don't even have a camera. I want a camera, but because the pictures are looking nice. But anyway.
Your partner has had it.
Please, guys, hi. Sunny. And light, tripod, because of course nowadays people's camera quality is so crisp, and it's how your phone does stand or your camera does stand, light, and also photographers and videographers. I use a lot. I use a guy called Vince a lot. Like he does such a great job in the field. Vince Money, there we go. He does such a fantastic job. And Fidel Toll. So just getting these videographers, you ask them your rate, and they even come with you to those restaurants or to those events, and they record. And that's how my videos are nice. And I edit myself, by the way.
Wow. With
everything.
What tools do you use?
CapCut, InShot. By the way, I edit everything myself.
Wow.
Everything I've shot, I cut myself. I think it's a skill. Some people are not patient. Patience.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's interesting because you're the one who understands how you want it to look like. So take your time to understand these editing tools.
Take your time. You just go on YouTube, learn a quick tutorial, and you're good to go. And keep up the good work you're doing with all the brands.
Thank you so much. And more grace to you. May brands locate you.
Amen.
Yes. If you're still watching, remember to subscribe and grab your glass of cider as you're watching this. So, Finny, you are actively talking on a podcast about HIV, which is also just a very important topic for youth especially. And we've currently seen there is an introduction of something that is people can use, a drug that people can use to suppress, I think, the virus for, 6 months, or does it cure?
I'm not too sure.
I'm not too sure what it does. But what is your perspective, especially for youth? How can we live better just to avoid being in situations where we're compromising our health?
I think be safe. First and foremost, it's important to be safe. I remember they used to have a lot of protection adverts back in the day. I don't know where they went because it's like people have forgotten about using protection. There used to be a lot of adverts and I don't know where they've gone. There also used to be protection given free in some toilets. I don't know if it's still there, but just try and be safe. And also, even if you are in a relationship or whatnot, even before you enter, guys, testing is not a taboo. Go and get tested with your potential partner. Go and check, okay, how are you doing health-wise? Even go visit your gynecologist and say XYZ. Just be safe. It's as simple as that. HIV, Now the stigma has gone down, but it's also something to be feared. I feel like people started fearing pregnancy more than they were fearing HIV. And so I was like, what want to go power total? People are scared of children more than AIDS.
Yes.
But just be safe. Go get tested, especially if you're, before you get intimate with somebody new, go get tested together. Use protection before the test results come out. It's love yourself.
Yes.
And when you love yourself, then there's some precaution that you take just so that you're not in a certain situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Love yourself is my takeaway.
Yeah.
Because
love yourself.
If you love yourself, there's so many situations that you won't put yourself into.
100%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's important to protect yourself. And, even just with substance abuse.
Yes.
For the youth, especially at this age, we can see how rampant it is.
Yes.
And, you only have one life to live.
One.
Yeah.
We don't even know where we go after this.
Exactly.
So we only have this one.
Don't mess it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your advice for maybe just youth who are trying to figure it out and the economy is tough right now? So many people are resorting to substance abuse, drug abuse.
Yeah.
What would you tell them?
Imagine everyone has gone through something and everyone is going through something. So just because you see people driving these big cars, you never know. Labdata, it's for a loan. Huh? You see people smiling on social media and you feel a sense of pressure. Don't. If you want better for yourself and you're doing something about it, life genuinely rewards you. That doesn't mean there will be no struggle. I remember when I had finished uni,
Right.
I was like, yes, I'm going to get a job. What? Aki, my job, I think it was paying me 20K. This is in 25 Gs in 2018. I'm like, whoa. Anyway, and you just kuskuma. Just keep on keeping on.
Exactly.
Keep on keeping on. There's no need to give up. If you need help, ask. Ask for help. Ask for help. If, let's say, you've been living alone and now it's gotten to a point where you can't, if you have able parents who can imagine move back home, who will beat you?
Exactly.
Move back home, start afresh if your parents can accept that. If you're looking for jobs, just ask for help. I think ask for help. Nowadays, people I think are a bit shy or their egos.
Everyone is trying to look like they have it figured out.
Exactly. Everybody is trying to show that they have it figured out. And most times, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
We're all struggling. We're all trying to make it. We're all trying to build futures.
Exactly.
Ask for help and don't give up.
Ask for help and don't
give up. You only have
one life to live. Yes. Talking about pressure, just before we wind down the conversation.
Yeah.
Pressure on social media is, today we're logging in, someone has bought a new car. Tomorrow, someone is showing us the keys to their new apartment. Oh my God, how do you ensure that you don't fall into the pressure of social media?
I just don't care.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. It sounds so simple.
Yes.
But I don't care. My journey is mine and mine only. And everybody else is just but an addition, just but a flavor. Even my parents, by the way, they brought me to this life to figure it out on my own. And I'm here figuring it out on my own. So this life is mine. And if I feel pressure about something, I unfollow. But then I'm very good at it. If I have been following a celebrity and I'm feeling pressure, I unfollow them. If they don't look like me, by the way, I try not to follow them because if you don't look like me, like, why am I following you? And like, we don't relate.
Exactly.
So I feel worse about myself. No. So I think staying true to yourself and just not caring, because again, you have to just know social media is a facade. I always tell myself, except what I put out, guys. Yangu ni real. Real. Mine is real. But if it's not, people fake it. Yes. Honestly, how many times have you seen people in relationships posting themselves and then next thing you hear that the guy was abusive or there was a lot of drama? I mean, but you could never tell on the pictures, or you see somebody was driving a nice car, next thing it's been auctioned. So it's all a facade, just entertain yourself. It's entertainment.
Exactly.
When you watch a movie, it's not the truth.
Yes. No. Don't take it to heart.
No.
Yeah. And everyone has their own lane. I mean,
walk your lane.
Exactly.
If you know this is where you are and you know where you're going, then I think it becomes easier because if you're here and you know what, I need to XYZ to get there, you will get there. And I feel like even sometimes some pressure is good. Makes you want to ignite something. You go work harder.
Yeah.
I need to get this car by 2090.
Exactly. Amen. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, good pressure. Just realize what is for you and what
Yes.
is not for you. I like how you said, follow people who are walking the journey that you're trying to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, not just following people randomly and the pressure is giving. Every night at night, you're scrolling, you're like, oh my God.
What a nice life.
Nilikosea nani?
Trust fund, baby. Na huko.
Hauko.
You're not even there and you're there following people who will give you high blood pressure.
Exactly.
Follow people who have walked a journey you want to walk or where you want to be and are authentic, and you won't feel pressure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
And we are here with good company, really good company, good conversations. I know I don't want to let her go, but I know we are almost at that point where we have to let each other go. But Finny, just one last thing that maybe you may tell the people who are watching you, maybe your followers also.
Yeah.
Someone who says, I want to be like Finny.
Yeah.
So talk to them.
Don't want to be like me because you'll never be me.
Yes.
But thank you guys for even the support. But
Even the thoughts.
Yeah, even the thoughts. Don't want to be like anyone. I feel like just be yourself. Want to be you. You can't want to be like Finny. But I would tell you, if you're thinking about content, go and do it. Just start. Start small. Start with what you have. Start and put it out there. If you're thinking about change, just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it. Like you said, we only have one life to live. If you fail, it's a mistake that you will learn from. It's a lesson. If you don't, you pick it up and you go.
Exactly.
So everything you do, you can put your mind to. I also want to thank them for their support. I've not gotten here without, those followers, and, I would not have been here.
Exactly.
So that too. Thanks, guys.
Yes.
But yeah, whatever you put your mind to, you can do. And just be yourself.
Yeah.
Life's too short.
Life's too short to try and be someone else.
Yeah.
It's so much work.
Too much work.
Yes.
I can't.
I love it. And thank you guys for just coming this far with us. This conversation has just been layers on layers of unpacking. Yeah. And thank you to 𝗖ście𝗱𝗲 for just enabling these conversations to happen. From your couch, wherever you're watching us, wherever you are, just continue just being the woman of your dreams.
Yep.
Don't try to be anyone else.
Yep.
And that's the takeaway from this conversation, right?
100%.
100%
Yeah.
it is. Thank you so much, Finny.
Guys, don't forget to subscribe to her channel.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
And where can people find you also?
Instagram, Finny_Ndegwa, the same as TikTok. And LinkedIn is Finny Ndegwa, guys. I can't believe I'm plugging my LinkedIn, but I'm a working girl.
Our corporate buddies.
Our corporate buddies, yeah. Everything Finny Ndegwa, you search and you find. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And brands, if you're looking for her.
Guys, food, beauty, skincare, hair, even magari, anything.
Yes.
Holla at your girl.
I love it. Holla at your girl. And you're doing amazing work with your social media. So
Thank you.
Any brand that is sleeping on you, honestly.
They need to wake up.
They need to wake up yesterday. Thank you, girl, for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been so fun.
This has been so fun.
No, honestly,
so
very grateful to have come.
Yes. And I know so many people have taken away so much in nurturing your friendships, in just nurturing yourself to be that strong woman, that bold woman as you are.
Yes.
So keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm so happy to have been here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before we get done with the conversation, we have a small Swahili segment.
This is so funny. Oh my God.
Let's hear if we can market for Swahili brand.
Whoa, let's see. Oh my God, what?
They're easy. All right. Okay. First word is economy. Economy. I know you know this.
Uchumi.
Yeah!
Oh my God! Uchumi.
I love it. All right. Second word is wisely. Wisely.
Makini. No, that's smart.
Yeah. Wise.
Pass.
Busara.
Oh God, that's so hard. I would never have gotten it.
These are things we're learning in Farsi.
Wait. Yeah, tough.
And finally, apples. What are apples?
Tufaha.
Oh my God! That's the one I didn't think you got, actually.
Yeah. I know apples. I even know grapes.
Oh my! What's grapes in Swahili? Wow, you got actually 2 out of 3. That's
Yes,
really
I've
good.
tried that. Yeah, I'm proud of myself.
You've done the best, actually.
Yeah, Busara was hard. Really?
Yeah. So,
Yay, I win.
yeah, that's very nice. So,
Thank you.
in case you're watching, 𝗚𝗶𝗍𝗲 is made from red apples.
Oh.
Yes, so it's good to know tufaha. So
Yeah.
Tufaha ni matufaha.
Yes, maybe.
Okay.
Matufaha.
Matufaha. Okay, matufaha nyekundu. Red apples. Anyway, thank you, 𝗚𝗶𝗍𝗲, for just partnering with us for this episode. And in case you don't know, 𝗚𝗶𝗍𝗲 is for the girlies. So if you're going for your brunches, if you're doing just your hangouts, your sleepovers, your indoors, you're binge watching that series, remember to grab your 𝗚𝗶𝗍𝗲, and you can get it from a local store just near you, made from red imported apples. So thank you so much, Fini.
Thank you so much for having. This was so fun.
This was so much
This
fun.
was so nice. Yeah.
And before we finish, we have a gift for you.
Full
From 𝗚𝗶𝗍𝗲.
Oh,
We were feeling very inclined to give you. This
what
one
is heavy?
It's heavy.
Oh, this
Maybe
is
do an
so nice.
extra
Thank you
just
so much.
for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
What's in there?
Oh my God.
You opening?
You love
Okay.
I know this will be such a surprise. Of course, we have the 𝗚𝗶𝗍𝗲.
Oh, okay.
Try them. So we have 2 for you and your girlies.
Oh,
my God, I
thank
know
you.
you
Yes.
have such a huge circle of friends. So
It's okay. I'll choose one.
You'll choose. Bestie gets one.
Yes,
Or
she
the
gets one.
So we have 2. We have chocolate.
What?
Chocolate
Oh my
from
gosh, this is so
𝗚𝗶𝗍𝗲.
pretty.
I know. Beautiful, right?
Wow.
Chocolate from
packaging.
𝗚𝗶𝗍𝗲. Oh, and it tastes
This is
so
nice.
good, and it's minty. We also have hand lotion.
And
for
cream.
you. Yes, no girlies.
Oh,
with
this
the
looks like it
crusty
smells so
hands.
nice.
Oh, it does. Raspberry and smells good, eh?
Wow.
I know.
Raspberry and
𝗚𝗶𝗍𝗲 is
blackberry.
showing off, and a flute glass for you.
Me and my
Yes,
flutes go
please.
together real bad.
Period.
I can't
No.
believe I have
To be a styly babe.
Hey,
And a
this is
tote
so big.
bag
And a tote
for
bag
you.
for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
All my
coming.
gifts.
Yes, all your gifts.
Oh, this is so
Your
nice.
weekend is
Thank
about to
you.
be, you
Lit. Oh, this is so nice.
You're very much welcome. All from 𝗚𝗶𝗍𝗲.
Thank you. Oh, thank you
Yes.
so much. I
You're
thought
very
I'll
much
just go to
welcome.
Come and yap. Now I have gifts.
You have takeaways with
I have a
you.
goodie bag.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming to the podcast.
I really, really am grateful to be invited and yeah, hopefully to many more.
To many, many more
Yes.
to come. If you're watching us, tell us that one unspoken rule that you and your friend have that, you know, you don't cross that line with your friends. So tell us, you might walk away with a gift hamper as well. Yes. And with that, we've come to the end of our episode. I have been your host, 𝗚𝗶𝗿𝗹.
And I have been the guest, Fini 𝗚𝗏𝗏.
Until we meet again, remember to subscribe, like, comment, and stay powerful. Remember, elevation is your birthright. See you next time.